Hi, and welcome back to Then We Eat. It's somebody's birthday coming up, and they really like an ice cream cake. So today's episode, we'll be making my version of an ice cream cake. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our ice cream ready for the pan. You can take a springform pan and you need to lightly butter it. I think instead of lightly buttering, I'm going to put a piece of parchment down. So the easiest way to do that is take the bottom of your pan and just trace around your parchment paper. I've got the bottom of my pan on the parchment. We're just going to trace around and cut it out, and that's going to be the bottom of our pan. Okay, so we've got the piece ready for the bottom of our pan. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our pan back together and put the piece on the bottom. Now you see our parchment wants to fold up, so we're going to put it down the other way and push it in firmly. And there you go. The parchment's on the bottom and nothing should stick to the bottom of your pan. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare our mint chocolate chip ice cream, which is going to be the bottom of the cake. I need to be able to put the ice cream into my springform pan, so I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and give it a little bit of a mix with my mixer to see if I can soften it so I can spread it. Okay, so here's my mint chocolate chip ice cream. It has been out for a few minutes, so it is a little bit soft. I just want to make sure that I can spread it evenly on the bottom of my pan, so I need it to be soft all the way through. You want your ice cream to still be hard. You don't want it to be totally soft that you could just pour it in. So you do want it to thaw it a little bit, but not too much. Okay, so our ice cream is melted. That worked pretty good. Now let's put it in the bottom of our springform pan. Okay, so we've got it spread evenly on the bottom of the pan. Should look a little bit like this. Now I'm going to put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes to firm back up. While I'm waiting for this to firm back up, we're going to chop up our cookies. I've got these delicious peanut butter cookies. I'm going to chop them up, and that's going to be the middle of our cake. Just going to break them up, put them in our food processor, and give them a crumble. So it should look a little bit like this. You've got some fine crumbs, but you've also got some chunks. So I'm going to put these in a bowl and keep going. So I ended up chopping up 6 cookies. This is what I ended up with. I'm going to leave it there for now, and once I start making the cake, if I need more, we'll just chop up more cookie. And welcome back. Our cake has been in the freezer for about 30 minutes. It's time for the next step. So our next step is to put our syrup on and our cookie crumbs. Now in our family, we have a little bit of an issue with somebody not liking chocolate. So when I designed this cake, I tried to do it all around having the least amount of chocolate as I possibly can. For this step, we're going to use a peanut butter syrup. I'm just going to squirt it on and spread it around. Or maybe it'll spread itself out for me. We'll give that a spread and we'll see if we need more. I think we're going to need a little bit more. Okay, that's probably enough. It's nice and smooth. Now I'm going to add the cookie crumbs to that. So you're just going to take a handful and drop it on and try and get them as even as you can. Now remember, in this step, if you mess with your cake too much, you're going to have the syrup mixed with the cookie crumbs everywhere. So you want to try and not touch the syrup as much as possible. Make sure to get it all the way out to the edges. We'll give it a little tiny bit of a pat down. I'm going to throw this in the freezer just while I get my vanilla ice cream ready. So our next step is vanilla ice cream. Again, I'm going to put it in the bowl and try and soften it as much as I can, not melt it, and then it'll be ready to go on our cake. I'm just going to break it up a little bit so it's easier to spread. Okay, so there's our vanilla ice cream done. I'm going to pull the cake out of the freezer and we're going to add our last layer. Okay, let's add our vanilla ice cream. I'm just going to add small little bits at a time just so that I don't have the cookie crumb everywhere. Okay, so our cake is ready to go back in the freezer. At this point, we're done. I don't have anything to try today because I am going to use this as a cake for tomorrow. So I don't want to cut into the cake before we present it to the birthday boy. So thanks very much for watching. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And comment down below. Did you like this video? Or better yet, comment if you'd like to know what it tastes like. We'll post comments on how it tastes if you ask. So thanks for watching. And see you the next time. Oh, and don't forget, first we cook, then we eat. So good.